About 6 years ago, I got into a car accident. I was T-boned by a driver that wasn't paying attention and kind of really wrecked my truck, so ended up getting a rental car. And then a week later, I was driving on Route 8 and got clipped on the highway by another distracted driver. But this one was way worse. Ended up rolling over on the highway at about 65 to 75, and the vehicle just kept rolling, came to a stop, and I was like frozen of like, do I get out? Do I not get out? Am I gonna get hit again? And thankfully, because of God's grace, He protected me. I was able to get out, no broken bones, no internal bleeding, no injuries. I ultimately was fine. I had some bruises, but my shoulder later kind of was messed up. I couldn't kind of raise it higher than this. And I remember just being bummed because I was supposed to go to the beach with my family on vacation. And so they actually went up before me. I came to church that Sunday. I had a sling on, but kind of took the sling off because if I'm honest, I just didn't want everybody to be like, oh, what's going on? What's going, you know? And so, so I leave the service and again, about to head up to the beach, being pretty bummed up to Rhode Island, and Mike Ragazine goes, hey, Bruce, come into the prayer room. And he had no kind of idea. And so there, Mike Ragazine and Jim McKinney prayed for my shoulder, and God miraculously healed me. I remember they prayed for my shoulder, and I didn't, feel anything special. And they said, "All right, we'll test it out." And immediately I was just able to put my shoulder all the way up. I couldn't even take a shower. I wasn't able to put a shirt on. I mean, my shoulder was pretty busted up, and so that was a real defining moment of my faith, to just know that God hears prayers, He answers prayers, and that He is still in the healing business. And just the fact that the God of the universe chose in that moment to touch me and heal me, it was awesome. It was amazing. So I was prayed for and healed, but there have been times that I've been prayed for, and that type of kind of instant healing hasn't happened. Amidst COVID, I woke up one day with completely bloodshot eyes, and thought it was pink eye, but everything was shutting down, so couldn't get a real doctor's appointment. I ended up being diagnosed with a super severe form of dry eye disease. I had blurry vision, couldn't use the computer, couldn't work on it for more than 15 minutes without taking an hour break of closing my eyes. Felt like at its worst, sand in my eyes, even blinking at times hurt. I remember going into Pastor Josh's office and just crying in front of him and saying, what if I can't do ministry? What if I can't work? What if I can't see my wife on our wedding day? And the what ifs just began to circle. It really challenged me. I was praying, I had family praying, people praying. I mean, I would literally not turn down prayer. But then it got to the point where, I kind of had this experience of God healing me miraculously, instantaneously. And then after every kind of prayer attempt and not getting healed, I just kind of sunk lower. And it was a rugged 8-9 months. But Jesus led me to the right doctor, who was a cornea specialist, who figured out what was going on. The doctor prescribed this. It was actually an experimental medication at the time, where they take my blood and they make eye drops out of it that's just for me. And that's given me huge improvement through the really tough emotional and physical time that this whole process took. The Lord really revealed Himself to me. He revealed His character, His heart. In those tough, dark moments of feeling like He was so absent and not hearing prayers, He revealed to me that He was close and really held me up when I couldn't hold myself up. our community at church. I got cards, I got calls. Our church is so awesome, and yeah, people just really, the community rallied around me. The elders prayed for me. I just felt so loved and supported. What I've learned throughout this whole process is that this experience has been a real litmus test for my faith. I've been a Christian for about 15 years, but during this time, I really got challenged with, do I really believe Jesus is who he says he is? Is he good? Is what the Bible says true? And of course, it is, and he absolutely is. One of the things I realized through this tough season was I just wasn't in the Word as much as I should have been. And when you're in those tough seasons, to be able to know the Word, to cling to those promises that he offers, those truths, is so important. So I would just encourage all of you that are watching, just stay in the Word, press in the Word, really allow those things to just, sink from your mind to truths in your heart, because when difficult times happen, when struggles happen, you're going to really need to hold on to those truths. So I sit here today and I'm not 100%. I still take drops 3 times a day, but God has brought about immense healing. And so as I look at both of these experiences, I count both of them miraculous. They just look different. I celebrate and glorify him in both of these experiences. One was this kind of amazing, supernatural, instant healing, and one was kind of this slower healing where I got to see the beauty of our community come around me. I got to kind of have my faith get put to the test. I got to experience struggle, the same struggle that Jesus struggled with during his ministry. But I got to see the beauty that came from both of these experiences. And, my eyes continue to improve, but I celebrate him and glorify him in both of these experiences.